Okay, guys, so we are running a little bit behind schedule. We're going to have a breakout before the next speaker, but we're going to carry on and do the next speaker now. This is an interesting section. All of you, or some of you, are founders. The goal is to have a successful exit in one form or another, right? So I thought it would be great to actually hear from a successful exited founder who has actually been through the process, built a business, raised capital, made some mistakes, and was able to get a successful exit. So our next speaker is Bachir Kassir. Bachir is a ex-Apple employee, and as I said, a successful serial entrepreneur with a successful exit, and he's going to tell you more about some of his challenges and successes. Bachir.
Okay. Hello, everybody, and nice to meet. Wow, it's so many people here. So, okay. So I'd like to like maybe a little bit more interactive session. I have lots of data to share, but just want to tell you a little bit background. I had a company called WebJaguar Digital Commerce and Marketing, and prior to that, I used to work for Apple. I worked there as a product manager and engineer, and but I decided to leave Apple. I worked there for over 6 years, and to start my own company. And when I started the company, we started again with a concept, just like maybe Sean mentioned, like get the product out even though it's not 100% finished. And we got really lots of valuable feedback from our client. And the first couple of years, I bootstrapped the company myself. I had some saving done, and I sold all my Apple stocks. I wish I didn't, but anyway. So we started the company, and then surprisingly, we start getting feedback from some of my larger clients saying they'd like to invest in the company, and I said, okay, well, why not? So we did got like maybe 3 of our clients invested with us early. It helped us a lot, not just in financial part, but also helping us in kind of developing the product and so on. And we used to do B2B e-commerce solution. Our main bread and butter is going to trade shows. So we used to go to 10 to 12 trade shows a year. Half of them were here in the Vegas area. I was based in Orange County, California. And so anyway, and from day one, I wanted to build the company that to eventually down the road sell it. So I did some initial planning, but you know, it's not easy. I mean, it's like you have ups and downs to do that. So basically, I had the company for like over 15 years, but at certain point, I made a decision, say, okay, well, I wanna like prepare to sell the company. And to do that, I had to hire somebody to help me do that. In order to sell the company, as you know, you need to be profitable, you need to be making money, you need to have customer, you need to have customer contracts, all the above. And so we had like maybe over 500-600 customers, some of them like paying us like from few $100s a month to maybe our largest customer was paying us like $22,000 a month at that time. And so this kind of helped us target different type of client and so on. Anyway, when we decided to, I decided to sell, I mean, one advice is to go to many, if you want to sell, you need to go to a networking events that you might potentially meet somebody that can help you and so on. So I used to go to many of those events, mainly in the San Francisco area. One event called SaaStr and few others. And this is where like you get lecture and then you kind of coaching on how best to sell your company, or maybe get investment for your company. Because there is 2 tracks here, either get investment and sell. So at certain point, you need to make a decision. For example, you could say, okay, well, I want to raise money, okay? So I want to raise money. But if you say, oh, I'm going to raise money, meaning you have to commit the next maybe 3 to 5 years of your life in doing, in working on the company, versus if you sell it, you don't do that. So we did, like, you need to do the math in your head about, okay, let's say you get investment, and then fast forward 5 years from now, your company is 10x more in revenue, but maybe the net outcome to you maybe is almost the same. So why waste 5 years of your life to get investment and do this, for example? So I made a decision to, and this was based on one of the advice from one of the event I attended to. So made the decision to kind of exit instead of raise more money to grow the company even more. So that was like a good decision. And so I researched who specialized in our field in technology, and then we hired the company to help us sell. And the process is not simple. So if you want to sell today, I mean, you need to plan 2 years or 3 years in advance to do that. So anyway, we hired the company to help us, but after like maybe almost 1.5 years, and they did not have too much traction, or they didn't get us so much contact. And I had an option, and this is one of the lesson basically, is that you need to research what company you need to work with if you want to exit on your company. So, and connection is very, very important, that the companies that you work with are already connected in your industry. It's really, really priceless. So anyway, I end up canceling the contract with that company and recruiting the other company, and within less than 8 months, we had the exit, and we had to do that. And of course, you need to be profitable. You need to be making at least 20% year over year, if not more. And but the 6 to 8 months that we spent, I mean, the 8 months that we spent was lots of non-stop. Like I learned a lot in the process. I mean, that if I knew it beforehand, I would have done it differently, and so on. Yeah, because you know I mean, we had like hundreds of client contracts, but we did not have the contract with all of our hundreds of clients. So you know, sometimes we work informally with client. So, and then they want a list of all of those contracts. They want a list of our partners, the employee. Do we have an employment agreement, and our partners. So there is what we call like a data room, which contains like endless amount of documents that we have to prepare, and days and night we have to prepare. In many cases, we don't have all the data, so we weren't afraid to tell them that's what we have. We don't have more, and so I mean, take it or leave it. I mean, so on. But anyway, they understand. The company that acquired us is called the QAD. They're based in Santa Barbara, and they do ERP, but they did not have an e-commerce arm. So they were looking, because they were losing so many potential clients against SAP, against NetSuite, against many other ERP, because those other big companies have an e-commerce arm. So it was really a perfect fit for us. So we work with them, we work with their team, and then we really have endless meetings with like dozens of their teams, and then we have to make meetings with CEO, with their CPA, with their legal, with their everything basically. So it's like, and everyone you have to pass a step. But the companies that help us with acquisition really help us a lot. They were with us at every single meeting, and and they kind of facilitated the whole process. We couldn't have done it without them. And usually these companies take 4 to 6% plus one-time upfront fee and so on. But it was worth it for the process. But I mean, the whole process, we worked almost 8 months. It could have broken any day or any minute for something like simple or stupid or whatever. And we did have lots of challenges. I did have at that time stock options for my employees, especially the key employees, and you need, of course, to have the right lawyer to do that, and so on. But maybe, I mean, we were not doing things formally in different ways. So prior to the acquisition, like one of the employees say, "Oh, I don't want to sign the paperwork." I mean, so one employee could jeopardize the whole deal with you. But now I found out that, okay, we could have structured the stock option differently, so this kind of issue would not arise, for example. So, but I didn't know about that before. And yeah, it's just like lots of knowledge that we needed to prepare. At the end of the day, basically, we did end up close the deal in December of 2021. But after that, we decided I didn't want to retire. So I decided to start another company, and right now I'm working. At first, I'm working on a company called My Trade Zone, which is business networking and event management platform. We did not officially launch yet. We did it like a soft launch. But one thing also, if you decided or if you're planning to sell or do acquisition, very important to handle the tax part, the taxation. Like, for example, you cannot do that just like 1 month before you sell and now say you want to change. So you need to talk maybe 2 years or maybe 3 years before that with maybe an estate and tax attorney to help you organize the stuff. And this is one of the reasons I moved from California to Nevada for change my residency for the new company. So we don't have, so we end up like in California was the highest tax bracket, so we end up paying lots of taxes and stuff like that. And with little planning in advance, you could have avoided all of that and so on. But you cannot do it last minute, you have to do it at least 2-3 years beforehand. And again, I wanted this to share, I mean, I wanted to be this meeting as like a question and answer. I don't want to keep on talking all the time, but I'd love to take question from you about anything, starting the company, the challenges, where do we get our client, and one thing also I'd like to mention. I mean, one maybe mistake I made is like it could have accelerated the process faster. Maybe we should have raised money before. I kind of hesitated to raise money, but after the fact, I said, well, if we raised money before, we would have like shortcutted. Instead of growing organically at a slower rate, we could have grown at a faster rate, and so on. And especially in technology, you have to do that in order to always be on the forefront. But these are some of the things that I learned on that. So, and my new company right now is we've been 2 of my best developers decided to stay on the new company. They did not move to the other company. And that's what we are building, this new platform, and we call it like the always open trade show, because it's like we provide ability for trade show organizers to create a digital twin version of their event. And one of our frustrations from my previous company is that when you go to trade shows, you spend 10, 20, $30,000 in 3, 4 days, and you don't have enough time to network maybe with the right people. Time passes so quickly. So with my trade zone is that it provides an opportunity for the exhibitor or even the attendee to have access to a network with beyond the event date and so on. So the stuff that I learned from my previous company helped me set up the new company. Yes?
Are you still involved with My Trade Zone?
Oh yeah, my trade zone, yes, I am involved in my trade zone. But the other company called WebJaguar, I'm a little bit involved with WebJaguar, but my new company is my trade zone. And yes, I am involved in that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the company that you sold, are you still like an executive there?
I decided to leave so I can focus on my trade zone. So I left about a year ago, and I was kind of working. Right now, I just work as a consultant role. You know, one of the things these big companies, when they acquire you, they tell you, oh, we're gonna pay you X amount, but Y amount we're not gonna pay you until 3 or 4 years down the road, because we need to make sure the company meets certain level of revenue and so on. And my argument with them was, well, it's out of my control if you're gonna spend money on marketing, and how do we guarantee we're gonna reach certain revenue so we can, and they call this earn out. And so the first year we did get some earn out. The second year we did not get some earn out. But so I'm still involved with them on the earn out level and some consultation with their sales team. Yes.
How many years has your Jaguar company been around?
About 15 years.
The new company?
No, the WebJaguar, the company I exited, is about 15 years.
The new company?
The new company I started it is about 3 years right now.
What finance stage are you guys at right now?
Right now I am funding it myself, but at the same time I'm looking for potential strategic investors, not necessarily because we're also looking for beta tester and early adopter to help us set up the platform. But right now I'm the main investor for the new company, my exit from my previous company helped me realize my vision in this one, because I so think about it like a social networking for business. So it's not LinkedIn, it's not Alibaba, it's like a crossover, and there's lots of really cool feature, and every little detail is from feedback from my previous company that I learned. So that's like really priceless, because we used to go to so many trade shows every year. Yes?
How long ago did you relocate to Nevada?
About 1 year ago.
Has the franchise tax board connected yet?
Franchise tax board.
California.
No, not yet. No, why they would come back to me? Well, no, not yet. But they told me is that like we officially become resident in September 23. So it's a little bit over 1 year. And we're on my trade zone. We're pre-revenue right now, so we're gonna officially launch very soon. So yeah, but a good question.
I suggest you take a look at a Supreme Court case called Franchise Tax Board of California versus HYATT.
Okay. I mean, we did everything the normal way, so there was no, we shouldn't have any issue. Yeah, we paid all of our taxes for California, so yeah. The reason I moved here is for the new company, not for the old company. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear.
Describe the process of reaching out to that customer versus the acquired company, how that process
Okay, reaching out to the companies that.
Reaching out to how did you reach out to the company that acquired you? How did you make that communication?
Okay, very good question. Well, I didn't reach myself directly. Okay, it's almost impossible, right? So there's absolutely no way I can do it on my own. So as I told you, I used to go to many investor-related events, and I met a few companies that had software company sell their company. So I interviewed a few of them, and I hired one company, and one of the company ended up introducing me to QAD, the company that acquired us, and that's why I stress the importance of the right company, because these companies build relationship with the M&A guy at those companies, build relationship with so many people, and the relationship is so much important to make sure things happen. And without this relationship, I would never ever be able to contact them directly, say, hey, can I show you demo of my technology? It will help you. No. So that other company, but again, it's just like a real estate broker. So they will get percentage of the sale. Any question about anything?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bachir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bachir.
Thank you.
Thank you, we appreciate it. Now, Bashir's going to be here for the rest of the night, I hope. So if anyone has any one-on-one questions for him, please collar him, and I'm sure he'll be happy to answer any of them for you.